But if I just tuned out because the class sounded boring, I might have missed out on something that not only did I turn out enjoying, but has ended up serving me in good stead for the rest of my life. So that's a big part of your responsibility, is to test things out, take risks, try new things, work hard. Don't be embarrassed if you're not good at something right away. You're not supposed to be good at everything right away. That's why you're in school. The idea, though, is that you keep on expanding your horizons and your sense of possibility. Now's the time for you to do that. And those are also, by the way, the things that will make school more fun. Down the road, those will be the traits that will help you succeed as well. The traits that will lead you to invent a device that makes an iPad look like a stone tablet, or what will help you figure out a way to use the sun and the wind to power a city and give us new energy sources that are less polluting, or maybe you'll write the next great American novel. Now, to do any of those things, you have to not only graduate from high school, and I know I'm in the amen corner with Principal Berger here. Not only do you have to graduate from high school, but you're going to have to continue education after you leave. You have to not only graduate, but you've got to keep going after you graduate. That might mean for many of you a four-year university. I was just talking to Danae, and she wants to be an architect, and she's interning with an architectural firm, and she's already got her sights set on what school she wants to go to. But it might, for some other folks, be a community college or a professional credentialing or training. But the fact of the matter is that more than 60% of the jobs in the next decade will require more than a high school diploma. More than 60%. That's the world that you're walking into. So I want all of you to set a goal to continue your education after you graduate. And if that means college for you, just getting into college is not enough. You also have to graduate. One of the biggest challenges we have right now is that too many of our young people enroll in college but don't actually end up getting their degree. And as a consequence, our country used to have the world's highest proportion of young people with a college degree. We now rank 16th. I don't like being 16th. I like being number one. That's not good enough. So we've got to make sure your generation gets us back to the top of having the most college graduates relative to their population of any country on earth. Now, if we do that, you guys will have a brighter future, and so will America. We'll be able to make sure that the newest inventions and the latest breakthroughs happen right here in the United States of America. It'll mean better jobs and more fulfilling lives and greater opportunities, not only for you, but also for your kids. So I don't want anybody who's listening here today to think that you're done once you finish high school. You are not done learning. In fact, what's happening in today's economy is it's all about lifelong learning. You have to constantly upgrade your skills and find new ways of doing things. And even if college isn't for you, even if a four-year college isn't for you, you're still going to have to get more education after you get out of high school. You've got to start expecting big things from yourself right now. I know that may sound a little intimidating, and some of you may be wondering how you can pay for college. Or you might not know what you want to do with your life yet. And that's okay. Nobody expects you to have your entire future mapped out at this point. And we don't expect you to have to make it on your own. First of all, you've got wonderful parents who love you to death and want you to have a lot more opportunity than they ever had. Which, by the way, means don't give them a hard time when they ask you to turn off the video games, turn off the TV, and do some homework. You need to be listening to them. I speak from experience because that's what I've been telling Malia and Sasha. Don't be mad about it because we're thinking about your future. You've also got people all across this country, including myself and Arnie, and people at every level of government who are working on your behalf. We're taking every step we can to ensure that you're getting an educational system that is worthy of your potential. We're working to make sure that you have the most up-to-date schools with the latest tools of learning. We're making sure that this country's colleges and universities are affordable and accessible to you. We're working to get the best teachers into the classroom as well, so they can help you prepare for college and a future career. Let me say something about teachers, by the way. Teachers are the men and women who might be working harder than just about anybody these days. Whether you go to a big school or a small one, whether you attend a public or a private or a charter school, your teachers are giving up their weekends, they're waking up at dawn, they're cramming their days full of classes, extracurricular activities, and then they're going home, eating some dinner, and then they've got to stay up sometimes past midnight grading your papers, correcting your grammar, and making sure you got that algebra formula properly. And they don't do it for a fancy office. They sure don't do it for the big salary. They do it for you. They do it because nothing gives them more satisfaction than seeing you learn. They live for those moments when something clicks, when you amaze them with your intellect or your vocabulary. They see what kind of person you're becoming, and they're proud of you, and they say, I had something to do with that wonderful young person who's going to succeed. They have confidence in you that you will be citizens and leaders who take us into tomorrow. They know you're our future. So your teachers are pouring everything they got into you, and they're not alone. But I also want to emphasize this. With all the challenges that our country's facing right now, we don't just need you for the future, we actually need you now. America needs young people's passion and their ideas. We need your energy right now. I know you're up to it because I've seen it. Nothing inspires me more than knowing that young people all across the country are already making their marks. They're not waiting. They're making a difference now. There are students like Will Kim from Fremont, California, who launched a nonprofit that gives loans to students from low-income schools who want to start their own business. Think about that. So he's giving loans to other students. He set up a non-for-profit. You know, he's raising the money, doing what he loves, through dodgeball tournaments and capture the flag games. But he's creative, he took initiative, and now he's helping other young people be able to afford the schooling that they need. There's a young man, Jake Bernstein, 17 years old, from a military family in St. Louis. Worked with his sister to launch a website devoted to community service for young people. And they've held volunteer fairs and put up an online database and helped thousands of families to find volunteer opportunities ranging from maintaining nature trails to serving at local hospitals. And then last year, I met a young woman named Amy Chow from Richardson, Texas. She's 16 years old, so she's the age